Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be talking again about TNXP. My original video from more than a week ago is in the description below if you want to look into the financials and what I think about the company back then in terms of perhaps chance of an offering and stuff like that. That's on there. I'm going to go through technical analysis. I'm going to go through the next news coming in, catalysts upcoming, and then I'm going to be basically mention how I would play the stock. Before we move forward, please drop a like to this video to help this channel grow, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on, and let's get into it. So first things first, we get to look into the average directional index here. It does show that there is a very strong potential of the stock increasing in price as we go. That trend seems to be very strong at 37. Now, here's a very interesting thing in terms of moving average. The stock is bullish right now. It's above the 50 SMA. 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA here in red. And the stock trading action zone is right underneath it. Trading action zone is where reversals are likely. And they trade between the 10 SMA and the 30 EMA. And you can get to see here, it did touch the 10 SMA, 30 EMA. It stayed there for a day and then a reversal was seen. And that's a very likely movement that has happened before multiple times. Now, the stock is sitting in really close to oversold. With an increased price and still sitting at oversold, that looks a bit of good news to me. Momentum seems to be a little bit at a sit still, a little bit slower than the day before. MACD here signals perhaps a warning sign. As you can see here, it did decrease and then increase just a little, or maintain its power and then decreased. Usually what happens here is if the MACD gets really close to zero, it tests that trend. And whether you see perhaps a reversal towards the negative side or it bounces back and you get more positive MACD, you want it to bounce back. Now going on to a 1 hour interval, we get to see here that the MACD is actually curving up. And so what you had is a really positive time here, and then it kind of switched. And then right now it looks like it might switch back on Monday. Now Friday sell-off, etc. People not wanting to hold over the weekend. I do expect to at least see a little bit of a positive MACD. Whether it's something like this kind of slow positive, like where it trades a little bit sideways positive, or it actually sees an outbreak, that is yet to be determined. Average directional index here on the 1 hour scale is falling back to where a trend might be possible but not confirmed. The stock is insanely oversold in the last trading day, and it's been that way for a while. All throughout the day. Now, momentum here seems to have lost quite a bit of momentum going in towards the negative side, but it's curving up backwards, which is a bit of a good sign, but a little bit of mixed news there. 50 SMA and the 10 SMA are trading really close to each other, and so there is a chance of a golden star happening here sometime soon. 10 SMA and the 30 SMA are touching. Usually that's a little bit of a good side, but what I fear is that the 10 SMA would go under the 30 SMA, which is bearish. Now, the stock price VWAP is above, so that's as well bearish. So you're going to have to look in terms of catalysts, supports, and resistances, which we'll do right now. So moving on next, we're going to look in terms of the moving average band. And we get to see here that the stock price is trading way above the moving average band, but, well, not really way. It's 112 to 189, but that moving average is increasing up as we go. What we see here is that even if the stock price did drop closer to the moving average, it just typically bounces back and it doesn't sit in there. That at least happened around all the way from the 16th. So it looks so far well enough. So now let's try to look into Fibonacci retracements and trend lines. Now, trend lines here, this one has been broken. So the current trend line is sitting somewhere around here. And so tomorrow, by Monday, the bottom of the trend line would be somewhere 109, 113, around 117. Now moving on to Fibonacci retracements to try to determine where the supports and resistances are, and you get to see a really nice support here sitting in 126, and that seems to be the actual support that it tested a few times today. Friday, and then the resistance is sitting in 149, although there is a traditional resistance that it seems to be around 134. Following that is 143, and then the Fibonacci is 149. Above that, you get 159, and above that, you get 167 to 172 Fibonacci retracements. And then the next following support beyond the Fibonacci retracement support is 116. Following that is around 106, 104, and then following that is a Fibonacci support at 0.98. So now moving on towards the latest news. Going on towards insider trading, again, no recent insider tradings that I see. Moving on towards different transactions. I get to see here a little bit from my last video on the 21st. 23rd here happening, a small cap fund added 50,000 shares. I'm not sure what an EXT had in terms of shares. Doesn't show here, but they have liquidated all their shares. Fidelity Extended Market Index Fund has 83,000 to 24 on the 24th, and Sterling Investment Advisor says that they have 125, although it's a little bit messed up because the average share is 0, so I'm not sure. Perhaps they just wanted to enter the stock just for the sake of it. And then this one here is Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, which is a new position here at 28,000. So this is a little bit of an interest point for me where I'm really wondering what's their size. So they're trading with $13 billion. With some bigger names here and there. Nikola is on there, and a few others are on there. So it looks like they know what they're doing, perhaps, or they have only five open positions. Current positions is 2,500. Interesting. Now going on towards the latest news. Would like to go first on the 20. Well, yeah, okay, so this is the first one. This one here is the conference that has happened yesterday and today. So it's July 31st to August 1st. And they're announcing the results of a preclinical study of TNX-1900 that will be presented in a poster at the AAN Sport Concussion Virtual Conference. So there'll probably be another PR on Monday, and usually what they do here is after they announce that kind of thing in a conference, they do announce their findings on Monday as well, and I expect the price perhaps to jump just quite a little on Monday. But usually you buy, people buy ahead of time and sell where the conference is at, so that might be something where you need to be considering considering ahead of time. Now the next one is on August 6th, and that's another conference, SNN Network Virtual Investor Conference, and that's going to happen on the August 6th on 10 a.m. So it's this coming in on week as well, so that's another catalyst. So you might, even if you might see it perhaps dip a little, I expect it to run at least perhaps somewhere on August 5th. It really depends on the actual market sentiment as well. But I do expect that basically different thing. There's a bunch of things they'll probably be talking about. They haven't really dived exactly into there, but all they said was Seth Letterman, MD, President, CEO of Tonix, will deliver a company presentation. So expect some things out of there. The other one, which is far off, and so I wouldn't consider it very much, is on September 23rd to 24th. This one here is in Fidelity's 2020 Fall Virtual Investor Conference. And going on now, what about their earnings, right? And how is it going to trade? So earnings here on my broker, it says on the 14th of August before market for quarter 2. It's not confirmed yet because, well, sometimes companies come up with a PR saying they confirmed. So that's not confirmed yet, but usually it would follow that. So August 4th. So you have the catalyst happening this weekend, August 6th and August 14th. And then September 23rd, September 24th. So what would I do in terms of the stock and how would I trade it? So what I want to see it is, I want to see it hold a good support for a day. So I expect it perhaps to jump a little bit Monday, right, with the PR, and then people want to realize their profits. It dips a little, and then it accumulates somewhere during the week if there's no PR, until perhaps August 4th. Then August 4th, it holds a really good support. It starts perhaps to trade a little bit on an uptrend, and that's where I would want to jump in. And then perhaps on August 6th pre-market, because the conference I believe is at 10 a.m., it would see a jump and then perhaps just dip a little like this one here. And that's where I would sell. That's how I would trade it. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day.